Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. These two teams met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for DeAndre Swift. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running right, it's Pollard. 19 yards to pick up there. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a 1st down.
Ready, break. 19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Cowboys at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. You look at this Eagle defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third down and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage. on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this 1st quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
19 seconds. Warriors 17.
Looking to throw. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the running game with Swift.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
1918, 7 Pirates, 79 Broncos.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talking.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. DeAndre Swift, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Kill. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here we go.
3rd and 4.
Go to 54. Why? Here we go. Kill. Wait, take.
Play action now. Prescott. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. There again is Cooks, complete.
And he is going to have the Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they get 5 there on 4th and 3.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. Out of the gun, a give to Pollard.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Pollard again. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. Down the right sideline.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Pollard, he'll take it up the gut. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
This 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
47.
Prescott to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Prescott from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A two-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys! That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Well, the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that'll make our score 14-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And their defense just helped him out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, 46. 26.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
2nd down, Pollard again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
They'll run with Pollard.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD. Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First down, and they go back to Harris. He'll get this to about the 38.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, it's Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll buy some time right.
And Prescott, his third interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On third down, here comes Swift.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Things looking pretty good on the scoreboard. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Vaughn on 1st and 10. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This is 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, Prescott steps away. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That is caught, and he is going to have the Cowboys first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Prescott. That's caught once again by Gallup. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he fires one, but incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, what are they, about 95% chance of winning?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Run for Pollard, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 2 on the play there. And that leads to a Philadelphia first. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this one too low.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th, and that will force a turnover on downs.
This is 1st and 10.
Kill. 47. Under.
Here's Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Oh, and for the first time this season, he's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be run, kneel, and then handshakes. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee in the game.
And got his man complete.
Down the left sideline.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run. I think you'd agree, matched up against the top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Eagles, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.